Nothing like two things going on at once. Goodness gracious. Thank you. That's why you're moderator. And I was able to do that now. It wouldn't let me do it unless I was right here in the chat. So there you go. You're back. Mr. Butters is back. And that's why you're moderator, because, man, I wish I would remember to unmute my mic. Well, hello there. Welcome back to HODL Harmony. I said I put a new light over here. Look, it's a Noctua fan. And it's a hash rate just above a terahash, which is great. And it's completely silent. I'm so excited. All I had to do, it wasn't working for like a day. I got the wrong fan. I will admit, I am human. I make mistakes. I bought the wrong fan. And then with the help of Grok, I was able to get the right fan. And then it just didn't work. And I was like, oh, what the heck? It's the right type of fan. So what the heck? What's the problem? And so I had to actually go in there and tell the Nerdax to put the fan on 100% all the time, which is fine because it's quiet. It just wasn't running strong enough to cool off the ASIC chip. So now we're good. And now we are mining to my solo mining pool. I have decided I'm going to spin up a couple of more nodes, kind of just for fun. I haven't had a whole lot going on. I haven't had a whole lot of like troubles going on, so I need to make some troubles in my life. But anyway, welcome to HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? Ride the wave. I, Tom Durante, the maestro, I'm a crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. I'm bullish on Bitcoin and Cardano, but I also like taking profits in other coins. With my music background and my background music, I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect pretty much daily videos with market updates, technical analysis to read the charts, wallet guides to keep your coins safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips, whether you're new or a seasoned hodler. I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be a few years ahead of you on your journey, but I am no expert, just passionate. So as always, do your own research. If you want to help out the channel in our mission of growth, I ask you on the way in, go ahead and do a couple of things for me. Let's see where we're at on our mission of growth. No way, we just broke 5,500 subscribers. Woo! Very cool, very cool. So if you want to help out the channel, a couple things you should do. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, smash the subscribe. Number 3, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. And number 4, share the show with everyone you know. That'll help us grow. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the week. This week has been pretty low overall in viewers and things like that. I don't know. I think it's just a boring week where people are out on vacation. So you can share the show, and number 5, you can also join the conversation on Discord, which I gotta remember to post a link to. Oh, what was that sound? Is that somebody doing something in Discord? I heard it. Let me post this link here. I'm not too worried about it. You know, I think it'll grow naturally. I've kind of been, I mean, we've been staying pretty consistent in our growth, but I've kind of been backing off of paying to advertise my stuff. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it, but I've got a package here, something that I bought. It's not it's not a new ASIC, although I did get confirmation that my Avalon Q has shipped, so I'm excited for that. What do you think this is, Mr. Butters? What do you think it is? Oh, it's tiny. That's what it was. What do you think this is, Mr. Butters? What do you think? I saw Mr. Butters out in the wild today. I was sitting there watching a live stream, and nope, I got enough crypto wallets. It's in an envelope. This is a sticker. I love stickers. This is it's a decal, excuse me. Can't really see it until I take it off of there, but I can't really, oh yeah, I can. Ooh, this is cool. No, I shouldn't take that off. I can always put it back on. That's alright. This is way smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's like a little reflective sticker for my YouTube channel. I was going to put that on my car or something, but it's incredibly small. That's alright. That's alright. Tell you what, if you had a sticker maker, you could make a mint. Isn't that cool? Pretty cool. Gotta advertise. You know, I was out on my little trip to the Keys, and I was sitting there loading up the car. There we go. I don't think you can see it through there. Yeah, you kind of can. HODL Harmony. So anyway, that'll be pretty cool. I'll get that up on the car. But I was talking to somebody and was like, oh, hey, look, here's my Bitcoin I was talking about my music channel. I was like, look, here's the channel name. Take a picture of it, blah, blah, blah. So that's a nice little marketing tool. All right. So, yeah, my Avalon Q is on the way. When I was down, when I go back to Key West, I'll have to bring some, because there was like a sign. It was actually the southernmost point, not that other fake southernmost point. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, covered in bumper stickers. So, I mean, I could bring a sticker down there, but who knows? It may just get covered up. Who knows? All right, let's get into this news. But yeah, it was funny. I was watching, I'm getting back into swing trading, whatever kind of trading. And I had a mixed day. I'm still in a trade because I'm relentless. I'm very stubborn. And so I got to just kind of learn the hard way. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but I'm a Taurus. I just have to do things my own way. And until people realize that, they have trouble with me sometimes. It's like, you know what? Okay, you just got to do it his way. And it's okay. I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm in there. I'm waking up early. I'm watching the market. I'm trying to, Crypto Crow is getting into the beat the market makers strategy or whatever it's called. And so I was like, okay, well, let me see about this. And so I put it into Grok. I was like, okay, here, I was like, first explain it to me. And then I was like, okay, you're a beat the market. Sometimes you just have to tell the AI, like, you are this expert, now help me. And so it was like, you're a beat the market makers expert. And then I've been sending it charts and things like that and going back and forth with it. So yeah, I know, I heard that. I was like, that's wild. We definitely need to get together. I think he's actually a little bit north of here. He's actually pretty much right in my neighborhood. I'm north of Sarasota, but somebody I was hanging out with looked him up. And so apparently he lives in like a little bit, I won't dox him, but he lives a little bit north of Sarasota. It's pretty much right in my backyard. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, I kind of gathered that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Me and Butters were hanging out in the live chat of somebody else's stream. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm trying to watch Crypto Lifer, and I think the more that I do watch him, the more I'll appreciate him, because he's a very nice, he's got everybody's best interest in the heart. And I heard him talk about some of the things that I didn't have a problem with, but I was just like, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He's just very confident, but he did address that. He was like, you know what? When you're right, you're right. You're confident, whatever. It works. And so, but he does seem to have his viewers' interest in heart. So that much I can say, he rubbed me the right way. So that'd be pretty cool to meet up with him, especially because he's in the area. I would love to meet him, Crypto Crow, because he's in my area too. There you go. Yeah, man. And what is it? There was another friend. What is that friend thing? Like you, master friend or something? So there was somebody else who referred to that. Is that a new guru you're watching or something? Throw that down in the Discord. Anyway, I'm going to get on with... I am lucky that you joined in you changed my world here, Mr. Butters, and we're going to change the world together. All right, let's get through some of this news. All right, here's a fresh roundup of 10 top crypto news stories. All right, gainers and losers, and a Bitcoin trivia question. I don't think we did yesterday's trivia question. I don't think there was really nobody watching. So, all right, number 1, crypto market dips 1%. The global crypto market cap fell 1% to 3.43 trillion with 99.9 billion in trading volume as most top 100 coins saw losses, though top 10 coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum held steady. Bitcoin stable at 107,000. Bitcoin rose slightly by 0.37%, holding above 106,000 despite bearish pressure, with analysis noting a potential breakout if it clears 110,000. I'm so excited. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, well, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. All right, number 3, Ethereum rises to $2,450. Ethereum gained 1.47% to $2,450, outperforming Bitcoin amid ETF inflows, though altcoin momentum lagged. White House confirms Bitcoin accumulation. Ooh boy. Here we go. The White House announced a Bitcoin accumulation plan, signaling a pro-crypto shift under Trump, boosting market sentiment. That's exciting. I don't know what this is. Fiserv's FIUSD stablecoin gains traction. Set for late 2025 rollout with PayPal is driving stablecoin hype. Fiserv. No idea. Kalshi raises $185 million for crypto betting. Kalshi, a crypto prediction market, raised $185 million at $2 billion valuation, outpacing Polymarket and eyeing a U.S. debut. I'm not into all the betting and things like that. Bit Digital shifts to Ethereum. Bit Digital wound down Bitcoin mining to focus on Ethereum. There we go. Hey, how's that? Can you see that? Okay. Where we go? Oh my god, everything's getting brighter because I got a light in the back there. Oh my god, that's too far. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Wound down Bitcoin mining to focus on Ethereum treasury holdings, reflecting a strategic pivot. FATF, the Financial Action Task Force, called for stronger global crypto regulations with only 40 of 138 jurisdictions compliant as of April 2025. Oh no. Republic tokenizes SpaceX on Solana. Republic announced tokenized access to SpaceX investments on Solana. Oh, SpaceX is a private company. Interesting. I'm pretty sure. Boosting Sol's ecosystem. Okay. And the last one, privacy startup Zama raises $57 million. Crypto privacy startup Zama hit $1 billion valuation with a $57 million raise, marking it as 2025's third crypto unicorn. Oh my. All right, let's get into the gainers and losers. Today's gainers say up 16.5%. I'll have to check on mine. Continued rally on Wyoming stablecoin pilot and exchange listings. That really came out of nowhere. Because like I said, I was thinning the herd, trying to come up with some money to buy my Avalon Q. And that was one of the ones that I cut loose a little bit. But luckily, I didn't cut it all loose because I did believe in the project. It's just, I cut it loose. I was like, here you go. Let me cut it a little bit loose. Maple Finance, the Syrup token, 12.5% up, surged on DeFi lending platform growth. Solana up 2.9%, gained from Republic SpaceX tokenization and DeFi volume. Ethereum up 1.4%, rose on ETF inflows and DeFi strength. And XRP up 0.6%, up slightly despite resistance. And our losers for today, Virtual's Protocol, the virtual token, down 5%, biggest loser for the second day, hit by fading AI crypto hype. BNB down 1.5%, dropped amid market correction and BNB chain slowdown. Polkadot down 1.2%, fell due to ecosystem stagnation. Tron down 0.9%, slipped despite USDT dominance. And Dogecoin down 0.7%, eased after recent retail-driven gains. All right, ooh, this is a good one. This is an easy one. You might just tie up. What did you do with Fussy? Where is Fussy? I'm very concerned. I haven't heard a word from him in a while. But anyway, trivia must continue. So, today's trivia is a good one. I asked it to do Bitcoin personalities because it was going off on a tangent there with Bitcoin improvement proposals and BIP this and all that. I'm like, dude, nobody knows that. But people know this. What prominent Bitcoin advocate became the first CEO to publicly allocate a significant portion of his company's treasury to Bitcoin in 2020, sparking a wave of corporate BTC adoption? Prominent Bitcoin advocate became the first CEO to publicly allocate a significant portion of his company's treasury in 2020. You know this one. You have to know this one. I have faith in you. All right, let's check in with our market after we look at my beautiful Noctua fan again. And the Cybertruck. I mean, the Cybertruck's back there. And my Model Y is back there too, but it's black so you can't really see it. Who knows what they did to Fussy? All right, here we have it. We are looking at $107,117 and 89 cents, the best amount of cents, in my opinion. My humble opinion, because 1989, that's why. All right, that's the 1 hour chart. I have to, so getting back into trading, you know, Mr. Butters, we're watching that 5 minute chart. I'm watching the 5 minute chart, and then I'm zooming out to the 15 minute chart. And then it's really, really good to zoom out and look. Oh, what was that, a trivia? Mr. Sailor. That's the one. Yes, that was a trivia. You almost missed it. Don't be like my students. The music trivia has literally been part of the music history. There you go, Butters. You have tied up with Fussy. There it is. Oops. Yeah, so my music trivia was literally come right out of the music history, and I literally just read it, and they're like, what was that? They have no idea what I just said. I'm like, bro, I literally just said it. And I even read it again for them, and they were like, I have no idea what you just said. Attention spans are deteriorating rapidly. But you know what's not deteriorating rapidly is my water supply. Please make sure to stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose. So yeah, I'll probably spend the next day or two spinning up. I want to, right now, I am running, excuse me, wrong pipe. I'm running a Linux-based node. It's just running on Ubuntu. And so it's 100% installed and operated by me with the assistance of Grok in troubleshooting. AI is incredible. If you are not harnessing the power of AI, you're missing out. It augments your ability to do things in rapid succession, and I literally copy and paste code right into it. I logged into Grok on that computer so I could just copy and paste between Grok and the command prompt, the terminal, and man, I tell you what, there is no better, like you get lost in a loop occasionally, but then you take it out, and I put it into Perplexity AI and was like, hey, what's going on with this? One go around with Perplexity, back into Grok, and we are off and running. Yeah, I do stay within a question for quite a long time, and then eventually I'll just be like, okay, this is completely irrelevant. I need to make a new chat. It's like such a commitment to the chat that I've been with. It's crazy. But yeah, so you can do a lot with AI. And yeah, just pasting code back and forth between the terminal and Grok, you get a lot of troubleshooting done. That's one of the ways I was able to fix my nerd axe down there. One of the ways. Uploading pictures of the two fans, and it was like, oh, well, this is the wrong type of fan. Who would have known? I didn't know. Anyway, so there's Bitcoin. That's what we're looking at. Looking pretty good. Let's continue. ADA. We are looking at 55 cents. So here's my rationale. Bitcoin's the king. You know, that's the way I look at it. And yeah, there's movement that happens on Bitcoin, of course. But, oops, what happened there? All right, well, we're going to just have to get that back. I don't know what I just did there. I just got rid of ADA. Completely got rid of it. But ADA, to me, is like the silver to Bitcoin's gold, you know? And so the reason I got into silver was because of the volatility, right? I wanted the volatility of silver versus the stability or the non-volatility of gold. And so when I'm trading, I'm trying to trade ADA because it's more volatile. And, you know, it is what it is. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be fun. Oh, that's a week. I'm like, what? This does not look right. Well, that's why. Let's go to the 1 hour. Oh, look how small. Boom, automatic. And we're good. All right, so 55 cents. And so I'm playing with pennies and cents, but I can trade multiple ADAs. Like I'm trading very small amounts of money. I put in $25 into this account, and I can't just trade ADA for some stupid reason. I have to trade USDT, which I don't want to do, but that's the way I have to do it on this exchange. So I'm trading ADA USDT pair, and I put in my ADA. I had to change it over to USDT, so I have 24 USDT approximately. And I'm playing with 10% of that. Right, so that's like $2 or something, $2.60 I think my trade was. So I'm playing with 10% of that, and then that winds up to be like 40 ADA or something that I'm playing with. And so, it's not a whole lot. Interesting. I just started using BitUnix because that's what Crypto Crow was suggesting, but I'm on Femex. I've been on Femex for years, and I can trade just ADA on Femex. So I don't know what's going on. I guess that's probably a standard thing, but Femex will let me trade just ADA. I don't know. All right, so we're looking at 55 cents. Okay, WeX. BitUnix is pretty nice. I do like the interface there. I'm going to probably stick with that one. I don't like to use too many things. I'm already overwhelmed with enough things. So I'm going to stick with what I got. But yeah, BitUnix, I'm glad I got on there. It's a good one. All right. Is this the most up-to-date? I always hate when it does that. It's like I have to do this every time. Yeah, okay. Pretty much. All right. And yeah, every time I add something, I don't need the SMA for this. We can just kind of mute that. Okay, there you go. I also don't need this. Look at that. Okay, there you go. All right. So, hash rate making a pretty significant rise. Damn, that fell a long way. 669 million all the way back up to 900 million. That's a significant rise in the hash rate. That's a daily. Yeah, interesting. All right. Stable coins. Let's check them out. Just gonna load. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that because yeah, look at that big inflow today. All right. I keep meaning to. I did not do any analysis with this. I keep meaning to do that. I will do that at some point, maybe even tonight. Because it's just perplexing. I just don't understand what's going on. But we can see some big spikes here, so it's interesting to see what's happening. I just want to look at these things, I'm not sure why. I think as we zoom out, as we progress, we can see, like, maybe we'll see as price appreciates a little bit more, because right now we're pretty stagnant. We're holding steady, which is really nice. Even with that dip below 100,000, we went right back up, which is really nice. So we'll see. I'm just looking to see this kind of come up and do one of these, like a big ramp up as we get into the price. So I think, into the peak, basically. So I think that's what we'll see. All right. Difficulty. We're supposed to be getting a drop here within the next cycle. So it should be a couple of weeks here, and we'll get a little bit of a dip. It's supposed to be a significant dip. So hopefully it coincides with the time that I bring my new miner online. And by that time, I may have a couple new nodes online, and we'll see. I'll be playing around with the blockchain. That's what I'll be doing. You can catch me in the blockchain. All right, we're looking at 49 on the neutral end of the fear and greed. We've been pretty stable here. Ah, did we get into greed? When was this? 65? Looks like we got into greed. When was that? Oh, that's at the beginning of the month. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I don't even remember what I just said. You can catch me in the blockchain. I was like, I knew it was something funny, but I was like, wait a second, what did I just say? That's a good one. You can catch me in the blockchain. That is a good one. I'm going to make a short of that. Catch me in the blockchain. All right. So, for whatever silly reason, I put Bitcoin and AI together on the same chart. I don't know why. It just seemed like a cool thing to do at the time, and I think it'll be all right. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't see... Okay, so compared to AI, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so basically, so we could watch them together. So that's going up. AI kind of took a little dip down. Let's just look at Bitcoin and see what number we're looking at. I may have to refresh this. Did I refresh the other one? Yeah, okay, we're coming up a little bit, but it's pretty stagnant. I'm very surprised at how stagnant this is. Did I refresh that? I think I did. Yeah, okay. Looks about right. Excuse me. All right, let's see what changes. Not a thing. That's great. All right, holding steady. All right, let's look into the market sentiment. We're just going to blaze through today. All right, so this is what I'm looking for. So as much as I want to do swing trading, I am just instinctually, I am a long-term trader. So I believe I have a bottom in on one of my trades on Femex. I'm pretty sure. I don't think today got wicked out or anything. Let's check on that. I'm trying out bot trading here on Femex. It's not going great. I'm down 20 cents. But my bots have been running. Let's see, my bots have been running. Wow, 2 weeks already. 15 days I've had these bots running. Interesting. And not really much has happened. I think it kind of fell below my target area or whatever, so it's not really doing anything. Oh, my ADA trade. It's still open. It's a long. I am 1.3 ADA in the negative. So that's okay. It's all right. My entry price was 56 cents, and we're just a little bit below that. My liquidation price is 51 cents. So I think we're doing all right. I don't want to see it go down there, so I don't believe it will. Anyway, this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping I got a bottom there, but I am going to try and do some more swing trading. I'm just going to watch the curves, and as I've said, ride the wave. I'm just going to ride that wave up and down. When I see it starting to go up, I'll put it in a position and ride it up and get a profit. And then when I see it turn around and come down, I'll put in a short. I am no longer afraid or too stubborn to not short the market. You know, the market moves in both directions. You should profit off of both of those directions. Why not? You know, don't be silly. So, possible inverse head and shoulders. Okay, the one thing I will say about Crypto Lifer is it seems like everything looks like a head and shoulders to him. It was just like, there's a head and shoulders. Every time I hear him, he's like, oh, there's a head and shoulders here, and there's a head and shoulders right here, and there's a head and shoulders right here. And maybe there is, but I don't know. He just seems to see it everywhere. It's funny. All right, possible inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour ADA chart. We'd love to see it break that 50 moving average, and then it's game on. Target could be the upper trend line of the falling channel, around 65 cents. That's what we would need to get back to. I would love it. Even we are a head and shoulders. That is correct. Look at that. And I got the shoulder pads going on too. All right, billionaire Ray Dalio. All right, if you don't know who that is, Google him, look him up. Very smart guy. He came up with, he was like one of the first people to use computers in the 1980s to kind of keep track of his investments and to do some analysis and all that kind of stuff. So he kind of really set the stage for all that stuff. And also he looked at historical trends. And by historical trends, I mean like ancient trends, like all the way back to the Chinese and, you know, the Dutch tulip bubble and all this other things. There was a commercial that came up on YouTube a long time ago, led me down his rabbit hole. I watched like a whole 10-minute advertisement, and then I watched the whole 40-minute video that it linked to, and then I got the ebook or the audiobook and listened to that. I can't remember what it's called. Rise and Fall of Civilizations or something like that. But anyway, Ray Dalio, good information guy. He is now emerging. Bitcoin is now emerging as hard currency. It's now widely accepted worldwide. India's ruling party is considering establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Nation state FOMO. Pakistan did it, so India's got to do it too. So far today, $108,000 Bitcoin. Federal Housing Financial Agency issues order to count Bitcoin as assets for mortgage. More public companies adopted strategic Bitcoin reserve, and GameStop raised $450 million to potentially buy more Bitcoin. Bullish, 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 bullish. There we go. How to deal with the changing world order. Thank you, Butters. That's the one. And I reposted, or actually I replied to this one. Cold card. Banks will track every dollar you spend. Exchanges will control every sat you hold. Bitcoin was built to escape this. Self-custody is how you actually do it. Cold card was built for the Bitcoiner who really values their Bitcoin. Cold card. There is no second best. And I was like, you always get me with the Lord of the Rings meme every single time. Doesn't matter who it is. If you own a $21,000 Toyota Camry sedan with no loan and have 3 Bitcoin worth $321,000 in cold storage, people think you're broke. But if you lease a $325,000 Mercedes and have $21,000 in the bank, people think you're rich AF. We are so early. So early. 4 days until strategy qualifies for the S&P 500. Is that for real? Interesting. Oops. All right. So apparently Cardano is going ahead with their plan to use their treasury to create some yield, which is a pretty smart idea, I would say. Let's listen to this.
More transactions. Okay, if we have $1 billion worth of buying power in the ecosystem, we probably should diversify some and create some yield, especially if everybody keeps saying the same fucking thing again and again.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Cardano DeFi needs TVL. Cardano DeFi needs users. Cardano DeFi needs more yield products. Cardano DeFi needs more transactions. Okay, let's do that. So let's put some money in and do that. Let's do it. You know, it's so simple, right? We have $1 billion.
It's so simple. Just do it. All right, look at this. El Salvador buying Bitcoin relentlessly every single day. I did just see that before I wrote that comment, so maybe that's where I got that from. Every single day. Although that looks like they skipped a day there, and it looks like they bought twice here in a day. It looks like they bought twice in a day here, skipped a day here. But you know, who's counting? Basically every single day. That's pretty cool. I used to do that. I haven't, pretty much above 100,000. I have not been buying much, although I probably should, but I'm out of money. So there you go. University of Texas leases land to mine Bitcoin and generate cash for hundreds of thousands of students. That's cool. That's really cool. You know what else is really cool? The next generation of Bitcoin miners. I don't think I'm gonna get one of these. I don't know. Maybe. I guess maybe I'll just have to eventually in a few years. But these are hydro miners. This is the latest technology. Instead of immersion cooling, you just run the fluid in the miner, and it's designed for that. And somehow it cools it and whatnot, and it's all self-contained. But the amount of the jump in efficiency is insane, basically. Like the miners that I have right now are, let's check it out. I think they're like, let me just say before I look at it, I'm pretty sure they are like 19 or 20 joules per terahash. Where are we at? What the heck? What? That doesn't help me. What? That doesn't help me. I want to know about terahash, not gigahash. So is that 30? They're making me do math. Anyway, it's not very efficient. There we go. What does that get? 37 joules per terahash. That's amp miner. Okay. And so now they're getting 9? That's insane. That's hydro cooled. 9. Yeah, hydro cooled. 11. joules per terahash. So that's how much joules or watts per terahash. So that's how efficient of a mining rig it is. So mine is like, I want to say it's like 20. Avalon miner 1246. It's not giving me maybe it's 38. Maybe that's 38 if we round up to terahash, but I'm not good at math, so I'm not going to do that. And yeah, so we got 20, 15, 16. So my new Avalon Q is going to be around 16, I think. And so now they're pushing 9 joules per terahash, which is insane. So that's the future. I may have to get one before too long, but I'm going to stick with what I got for now. Solo Satoshi has no intentions of ever selling cheap Chinese proprietary Bitcoin home miners. We will distribute open source hardware. We will stand by the community. We will support the U.S. economy and hardworking families right here at home. If so, maybe we'll try and reach out to them and get them to partner with the channel. That'd be cool. I am a big proponent of doing it yourself. I want to find the circuit boards and actually do it myself, like solder it all and all that stuff, but I couldn't find them online. Just in, Coinbase's Layer 2 network Base has officially listed Cardano, another step towards broader adoption. Other people's summer, chilling outside, going in the pool, sitting on the beach. My summer, glued to my phone. Especially now that I'm starting to trade again. It was like 9:30 to 12. I was just looking at that. That's okay. It's okay. When you save in dollars, everything else gets more expensive. When you save in Bitcoin, everything gets less expensive. Pretty simple concept, really. 2012, $238,000 house, up to $400,000 right now, and projected $590,000 in 2028. Bitcoin, the cost in Bitcoin for that house has dropped dramatically from 43,000 to 5 now, to eventually 0.4 Bitcoin in 2028. And this is hypothetical, who knows? All right. So Trump has been nominated a couple of times now for a Nobel Peace Prize, which he definitely deserves for a number of reasons, whether or not you agree with that. But I think somebody else who definitely should get a Nobel Peace Prize, if anybody does, should be Satoshi Nakamoto for the gift of Bitcoin. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay, I think this had something to do with the market later in the session today. President Trump says he officially signed a trade deal with China. Well, that's a pretty big deal. I'd say that's a pretty big deal. What has happened to this country? Look at that. Look at that beautiful McDonald's with all the stuff. All the animals. And the play place. You remember the play place? That was the place to be as a kid. 2000s, we kind of lost it a little bit. And then now it's just like, ooh, let's be modern. Okay. You lost all your spunk, McDonald's. Lost all your spunk. Anyway, look at this. If this was real, I'd be buying it right now. I don't know if it's real. If it is real, I'm gonna get it, but I don't think it's real. Building on Cardano. I would just buy that in a heartbeat. This is hilarious. Financial advice from Mike, age 92. You ready for this one? Yeah, right? Compared to the old ones, you have lost your spunk. But this will cheer you up, okay? Financial advice from an old guy named Mike at 92 years old. Are you ready for this? Buy your wife a fake diamond ring. Use the money you saved for Bitcoin. In 10 years, retire. Everyone is happy. Well, that's hilarious and great advice from Mike. If only it were real. Okay. This is your journey, my dear friends. Whatever it is, whatever you do, you're going to start off and you're going to be pretty bad at it. Yeah, right? Okay, you're going to start off, you're going to be pretty horrible. You may miss every single shot. Okay? After a month, you'll start hitting not the bullseye, but you'll start hitting the target at least a little bit. All right, you got a bullseye here, but other than that, you're kind of wild and all over the place and unrefined. In a year, you'll be hitting that target every single time. And you have to stay focused, and you have to continue, and you have to grow. You have to have that growth mindset. All right, so that is great. All right, another hilarious take. The 2025 alt season be like, buy a car? Nope, buy a carpet. Save $10,000? Nope, save $10. Buy a new cell phone? Nope, buy a new phone case. Live a happy life? Well, I'm living anyway. Start my own business? Instead, I'd rather mind my own business. That's so funny. That's basically what it's been like. Man, February was amazing. I was like, I'm just counting all the dollars that I'm going to be saving up and paying off debt and paying off my credit cards and all this good stuff. And man, none of it's happened. Not a single bit of it. But we're still here, and that brings us back over to here. Like, man, we've missed every freaking target. But we got to keep pushing so we can hit that bullseye. You know, if it doesn't happen this cycle, you got to zoom out. You got to say, okay, this cycle is not what we thought it was going to be. And guess what? 2021 was like that too. Butters, you were there. 2021 was kind of like that too. We were like, it felt just like this all the way up until August. Because I was going back to school. I had, maybe even through August into October and November, it was like, just stay patient. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it just never did. And then eventually it did. But it didn't do what we thought it was going to do. But yeah, so it feels a lot like that's happening again. So yeah, we got to just stay patient, stay diligent, eye on the prize. And 2028, whatever you've done to prepare for this market. I did a lot to prepare for this market, and it's kind of like sputtering out on me. I'm running out of resources. I need the market to take off, but even still, I've taken what I've done over the last 3 years, and I've invested it into things that are going to continue to generate me money, like these Bitcoin miners. I am all in on these Bitcoin miners, and that, I believe, will pay off in the long run, given all the probabilities I've done and all the research I did. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait for it to happen. And, if this year doesn't work out, it will. Just not, it may not work out like we had hoped. But you just got to stay focused and say, okay, then I got a whole new bear market to prepare through for the next run. Because there will always be a next run. It seems like it's just a 4-year cycle. Maybe it's a lengthening cycle this time. Who knows? We need to adjust and adapt. But anyway, 10 Bitcoin is $1 million. Is it that hard to imagine 1 Bitcoin equals 1 million? It's not that far of a stretch. An order of magnitude higher. Breaking. Kazakhstan president reviews this is yesterday's story. Okay, so that's it. I was feeling like we're pretty done here. So, Crypto City, where everyone accepts Bitcoin. So, I'm going to leave it on this one here. Although, Mike has some really good advice. But I think this will be the one for today that we ended on. You got to stay focused. You got to stay true to yourself. Don't let people get in your way. Do what you got to do. If you want that Noctua fan to work, you got to make it happen. If you want that little Tesla bot in your computer, you gotta make it happen. If you are the maestro, you gotta let it be known and not let anybody knock you off of there or whatever. I don't know what I'm going for. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little Thursday market update. Here is to greener pastures and greener candles. I'm gonna try my luck at some trading in the morning. Actually, I might be too busy tomorrow. I've got to get up early and go play some jazz music with the jazz band from my school because the piano player couldn't make it. So here I am playing some jazz. Anyway, so yeah, I might be too busy to do some trading. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If you want to help out humanity, there's a few things I would ask of you. Number 1, be kind and respectful to this person here in the mirror. Cue the piano man thing. It's truly the only person that matters. This person right here. The person you see every day in the mirror. Number 2, be respectful to other people. Even if they don't deserve it, it really messes with their head. Number 3, be honorable to all earthlings, big and small. Number 4, as always, your body is mostly water. Stay hydrated and get your daily dose. Crunchy ice. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I think so. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. That's it. If you want to help out the channel in our mission of growth, let's check in with that mission. We were at, we gained a subscriber. Look at that. 5,504 subscribers. Very nice. Very nice. Modest growth every day. We're hitting our goals here. And more importantly, I'm just having fun. So if you're having fun, then we're doing everything right, and that's all we can do. And that's all that matters. I'm probably going to test out maybe a dual stream tomorrow. So pay attention, see what's going on. I'm probably going to set up Rumble, and I want to stream through Rumble and YouTube and X. So hopefully it'll be like nothing is different, but look forward to that. I'll probably play with that a little bit. So if you're in the Discord, hop in there. I may send you out a link when I'm playing with that, maybe like 5 o'clock or something. If you're around, click on it, see if it works, see if it's all right. We're gonna test it out. All right. Unfortunately, I have to leave here at 6 in the morning, but I'm thinking like earlier in the evening than I typically go on, but it's all right. I'll test it out regardless. But anyway, if you want to help out the channel in our mission of growth, there's a couple things that you should do. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, smash the subscribe. Number 3, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. Number 4, share the show with everyone you know. That's how you help us grow. 3 rhymes. Number 5, join the community on Discord. It's the pinned comment in the live chat. Right? There it is. Join the conversation on Discord. It's a lot of fun. Look forward to some growth happening. I'm playing around with this Patreon thing, trying to figure out. Apparently, there's an open source Patreon or whatever it's called, Ghost, where I can just host it myself and I don't have to pay anybody else. But right now, I'm gonna try the Patreon thing. We'll see how that goes. I need to come up with a game plan on how to utilize that a little bit better. So anyway, you've joined the conversation on Discord. There is only one more thing that you need to do to help out the multiverse, the universe, the galaxy. Don't forget about the galaxy, the solar system, the planet, the country, your block, your house, your room, but most importantly, the thing that you need to do for yourself is have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.